Alrighty, next game up here, another big time game here that was good, but controversial call as well. Not really that controversial, but it came down to the wire. But next game up here is the 49ers at the Cowboys, and that's what we were saying, Dak. Dak was getting hype. Remember, everyone was saying that he was, what was the official word that they were using? On a little bit of a downturn. We called it... what do we call it? Damn. But basically the media was like, hey, they're, a little floundering at the current moment offensively. And Dak Prescott had one good game. He was like, yeah, we're not floundering anymore. That you're going to call that floundering? Yeah, we're not floundering anymore. That wasn't the official word, folks. I can't think of the official word. But overall, that was the overall premise of what happened kind of midway back end of the season right there. And, once Dak Prescott said, hey, we're officially back, we were like, hang on. It was against Washington. And it wasn't, can you do it 2 games in a row? And we weren't really sold. And the fact that Dak Prescott got so energized into it after to kind of prove all the people in the media wrong, be like, oh, you thought we were floundering? Well, we just put up 50 points and we're looking really good. What do y'all got to say now? So we thought that was a little bit of I don't know if you should really be saying that. And then we get this playoff performance when we were still a little bit worried about their offense overall. We thought their defense would do a little bit better. We'll talk about their defense in a second. But, only putting up 7 points in the first half and then not only 7 points for the first 3 quarters. And we've seen this by the Cowboys again, where they kind of put up a lot of points in the fourth quarter to kind of show, hey, we did good, but it wasn't really right from the get-go here. So once again, this offense here for the Cowboys, which we've been kind of showing question marks with the entire year, that was the thing that killed them, the offense. And even on that final play that everybody is talking about here, let's talk about it. Dak Prescott on that 2-minute, drive trying to tie up the game, and then he goes right up the middle. Once again, the offensive side of the ball here. The offense is the big problem here by the Cowboys. Once again, get Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy should be fired because we know this is what's going to happen every single year. We saw it with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers was just so gosh damn elite that he was able to overcome all of that. Dak Prescott is nowhere near the elite status that is Aaron Rodgers. So, of course, he's not going to be able to overcome the bungling that is Mike McCarthy in every circumstance, every instance of coaching, coming down to leadership and what you should be coaching. I saw a lot of people bring this up, and it's kind of making sense, and I'm kind of agreeing with it. A lot of people, have been saying today that this Cowboys team has been consistently blaming the refs all season long, and we saw that yesterday. Obviously, the refs, it was truly unfortunate here. A lot of penalties going against the Cowboys, whether you agree or disagree. I don't think I agreed on a lot of them, but it's unfortunate. The refs were heavily penalizing the Cowboys on pre-snap penalties and all that. Truly unfortunate. But, Dak Prescott blaming the refs at the post-game press conference and all that. The entire fans of the Cowboys blaming the refs, but that's what fans do, so we can't really knock them that too much. But overall, the Cowboys were blaming the refs, so that comes from leadership. That comes from the coach allowing you to blame the refs. How many times do we hear head coaches at the podium be like, it didn't matter what happened that play, we still had the entire game to, fix it, and we, floundered the entire game. It wasn't just those 1 or 2 calls by the refs. We have to move off of it. They didn't really play the overall impact of the game. We still should have been better before those calls. That's always the sentiment. We should have been better before those calls. The game shouldn't have let the game dictate those 2 calls alone. We should have done something before those calls to get it done. So that's always what the refs say at the podium. Whether they truly believe it or not, that's what they put out there because that's what they have to say. So Mike McCarthy not being the leader, not being good game time manager, bungling every big time scenario here. We've seen this already in Green Bay, so I don't give a damn that he's only been here 1 year. We know this is what Mike McCarthy is as a head coach. Fire the dude, fire the man. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard in this fantastic defense that makes play after play after play. They get burned, but they usually kind of get the turnover when they can lock up in the red zone. That's kind of the best thing about this Cowboys defense. They they lock it up as the game progresses. They do get burned. These corners, they do get burned, but they get burned because they gamble. And usually, for the most part, the gamble pays off because we've seen it happen all year long. And that's something that you can do defensively. You can gamble. And when you got athletes like Dan Quinn has on this Cowboys team, yeah, you gamble way more than probably the average of a just regular defensive team. So, yes, they get beat, but overall, they're ball hawks all over the field. So, yeah, I would cheat. I would kind of gamble. I would press when I probably shouldn't and all that. So I don't really mind all the corners getting beat. I know that's a big story and a big narrative on Twitter and social media. But Mike McCarthy must be fired right now, folks, because we're just going to keep seeing this again and again and again and again and again until Dak Prescott's at Big Ben's age and can't move anymore, and it's ruining the team because he can't throw the ball more than 1 yard down the field. So here's the final play. Obviously, both sides have some points to be made overall. So here we go. Dak Prescott down 7 points right here. Down 6 points. Touchdown field goal wins the game. Damn, they only lost by 6? Damn, I was thinking 7 points. I don't know why. So yeah, the touchdown field goal wins the game for the Cowboys. How crazy would that have been? Yeah, down 23-17. That's only 6 points. Okay. So down 6 points here. 13 seconds left here. No timeouts, obviously. Designed quarterback draw. Maybe I don't even know what the final play was, but that's seeming like it was. Dak Prescott taking off with it. Gets down to the 25-yard line with 9 seconds left. 9 seconds left for everybody to get up to the line and spike the ball. Seems like plenty of time, but we get this, folks. See how far these refs were back. This is with 9 seconds left, folks. We get it right here. Dak Prescott down. We've stopped the tape with Dak Prescott down. There is 9 seconds left for the refs to get up to the line. Why are the refs this far back? So, first of all, a potential blunder by Dak Prescott or Mike McCarthy. If the play truly was a designed quarterback draw, then somebody needs to alert the refs, hey, this is the play we're going to be doing, so you need to keep up with us because we need to spike this ball immediately, and we need you to be there to spot the ball. And coaches talk to the refs all the time, hey, this is going to be a fake, so watch out for this. Watch out for this. Make sure we're doing everything right. Don't throw anything that you think, don't throw a flag because you think something's happening. No, we're letting you know, hey, we're going to fake this, so watch out for this so you don't kind of, miss it or throw a flag or something like that. So the refs know what to look for, to know what to call, and to know what they should be kind of, keyly focusing in on. They talk about that, fake punts, fake plays, all of that. Hey, ref, this is what we're running. So it's not out of the realm that Dak Prescott or Mike McCarthy or whoever called this play kind of talks to the side judge, be like, hey, make sure the ref's on this because we're going to be spiking this ball. And the ref should have been, with this play regardless because there is, only 16 seconds left, 10 seconds left, and you need to spike this ball regardless. But here we go with 9 seconds left. This man is 25 yards out. This man needs to run 25 yards to go and place the ball, and you've only got 9 seconds. So let's go along with the film and count how many seconds tick off this clock before the refs even get there. So here we go. We got 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4 seconds. It takes this man 5 full seconds, from 9 seconds to 4 seconds, just to get to where the ball is. And then we got the whole thing with Dak Prescott giving the ball to the lineman, not seeking out the ref, all that. That's on Dak Prescott. Some of it's on the refs. Some of it's on whoever called this play not talking to the refs. And then it's on Dak Prescott, once again, giving the ball to the lineman. So here we go. The ball's down with 3 seconds, but the ref's got to spot it. He moves it back a tad. Now there's 2 seconds. Dak Prescott now can finally pick up the ball. The ball can be finally snapped with only 1 second left here. And, you're not going to spike it with 1 second. Dak Prescott takes the snap with 1 second. So it is an official snap here, but they spike it. So you could have ran a play, but he spikes it. And that's the end of the game here. So, I think the refs followed the rules, but overall the refs should have been on the ball way quicker. Once again, just a blunder job. Time management's been the story for Mike McCarthy all year long. It's always been that. That's always been the narrative around Mike McCarthy, and yet Jerry Jones still hired him anyway. So you must fire him. You must admit you made the mistake, and we have heard Jerry Jones be a lot more open this season. Remember in the offseason, when OTAs just started to really open up here, Like the first episode of Hard Knocks, Jerry Jones press conference saying like, hey, I'm all in. And if I have to kind of, admit that I'm wrong or admit that I don't know everything so we can win a ring, I'll do whatever I gotta damn well do to win that ring, because that's the only thing that matters. So will he be able to kind of look himself in the mirror, say, I made the mistake, and get rid of Mike McCarthy this season? And then the other thing that I'm hearing is that Kellen Moore should be the head coach. I don't know if I love that. I don't really know if I love Kellen Moore as an offensive coordinator. I've never really liked him. I get kind of the appeal of him, but I don't know if I trust Kellen Moore 100%. I don't know if I like him as the offense coordinator, and then you upgrade him to the head coach and all that, but anything's better than Mike McCarthy. So yeah, sure, hire Kellen Moore as the head coach there. So just a lot of craziness here. Cowboys offense lackluster right out of the gate, only 7 points for the first 3 quarters. We've seen this by the Cowboys. It's always been concerning, and it showed up in the playoffs. So this Cowboys offense is obviously question marks all around it. Him, CeeDee Lamb, all that. He went to Amari Cooper for the one lone touchdown. Or the one lone touchdown pass, I believe, right? We have a rushing touchdown by Dak Prescott, right? So overall, man, our worries were granted. Our worries were justified throughout the offseason. That was not nonsense that we were spewing. And here we are, Cowboys offense losing them the game. Yes, the Cowboys defense, gave up a couple of points, but still at the end of the day, it's only 23 points given up. That's pretty kind of average-ish. So you got to be able to outscore that, and the Cowboys offense did not. So here we go. Let's start breaking down some stats. Let's start here with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott goes 23 of 43 for 53% completion percentage. Nothing good there. 254 yards on 23 completions. Decent. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Unfortunate. The pick came from in the third quarter. Throws an interception. Leads to a touchdown there because the 49ers only have to go 26 yards for the touchdown. So that's 7 points right there. Unfortunate. That's kind of the game. Unfortunate. Dak Prescott being unclutch. Ezekiel Elliott couldn't really get anything going. 12 rushes for only 31 yards. Dak Prescott took off 4 times for 27 yards. He scored a touchdown. And then Tony Pollard, 4 rushes for 14 yards. All right, who was Dak Prescott slinging the ball to? We had Dalton Schultz, tight end, and shout out to Dalton Schultz. We told y'all, we've said this multiple times, Dalton Schultz is a huge key piece of this offense and a huge great tight end. Shout out to Tight End University. Dalton Schultz, leading receiver for the Cowboys, 7 catches for 89 yards. Amari Cooper, 6 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Glad that Amari Cooper got a touchdown here. He just gets so far under the radar because he usually gets locked up because he's the number 1. CeeDee Lamb usually gets the way more targets and all that, but they went flip-flop here. Amari Cooper, 10 targets where CeeDee Lamb only had 5. So even the Cowboys were like, yeah, Dak and CeeDee Lamb, they're just not getting it, going here this regular season. Let's focus on Amari Cooper. Unfortunately, that didn't lead to a win either. So once again, it's bigger. It's bigger than just these players here. Once again, looking towards Mike McCarthy. Fire that man right now. Then we had Ced Wilson, third leading receiver, 5 catches, 62 yards. He made some big catches in this game. Shout out to him. CeeDee Lamb, 1 catch for only 21 yards. CJ Goodwin, 1 catch, 16 yards. And then Tony Pollard, 2 catches for 12 yards. Dak Prescott fumbled once. Ced Wilson fumbled once, but did not lose any. Alrighty, and then the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo. Did he look good? He looked okay, but kind of got shut out a little bit in the second half. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't score the touchdown in the second half, but, it's not, that's kind of what a lot of people are saying on Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not getting it done in the second half of these playoff games. We saw that in the Super Bowl. We saw that in this game, almost lost this game, but, Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy's incompetence there at calling time-worthy plays and all that. Obviously, we know his track record. So, Jimmy Garoppolo, folks, that's going to be something that we truly look at, his clutch ability here in the playoffs. And so far, I'm kind of agreeing with what y'all are saying, that this man is a little bit lackluster in the playoffs. And if you're good in the regular season, getting it done in the regular season, we saw him win the game single-handedly last week against the Rams to get in the playoffs, and then he comes up big-time short in the playoffs. I kind of get what y'all are saying a little bit. But we'll, let the rest of the playoffs play out before we truly get on this man and talk about this man's future. But Jimmy Garoppolo goes 16 of 25 yesterday. We get 64%, pretty solid there. 172 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. His interception came in the fourth quarter. Almost threw a second interception or fumbled the ball. So that could have been another turnover in the fourth quarter as well. That truly could have led to the collapse of Jimmy Garoppolo. And if the 49ers lost this game, they would have truly moved off of Jimmy Garoppolo 100%, no second thought. And I don't think I could have disagreed with y'all at that point. So Jimmy Garoppolo, not the greatest game. The running game was fantastic. Elijah Mitchell, 27 carries for 96 yards and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel, utilizing him in the run game, 10 rushes for 72 yards and a touchdown. Who was Jimmy Garoppolo slinging the ball to? We had Brandon Ayuk, 5 catches, 66 yards. Deebo Samuel, 3 catches, 38 yards. Juwan Jennings, 3 catches, 29 yards. George Kittle, 1 catch, 18 yards. How crazy is that, George Kittle? You know, their big tight end, big face of the franchise. Travis Benjamin, 1 catch, 17 yards. And then Kyle Juszczyk, 2 catches for 15 yards. Is that right? Kyle Juszczyk only had 2 catches? I thought that man was all over the field, and he had no rushing yards either. That's interesting. All right, so Kyle Juszczyk, 2 catches, 15 yards. All right, but the 49ers get the big old win here, 23-17. And then after the game, folks, and this is the biggest bad thing. Yes, the Cowboys lost, but this is even worse than the Cowboys losing. The Nickelodeon MVP we saw last season given to Mitch Trubisky in the playoff game when they lost. And who did they vote as the MVP for this game? 49ers at Cowboys. It was the Nickelodeon playoff game. They give the MVP, and they have done regular season MVP awards, but you know, the playoff, that's the big time. That's the really only MVP award that counts. Mitch Trubisky got it last year in the loss, and now Dak Prescott has the MVP. That is not good, folks, okay? Dak Prescott is going to be having a miserable offseason in the media, according to us as well. We're going to be going a little bit hard on Dak Prescott. We clowned Mitch Trubisky for getting the MVP, folks. We're going to be clowning Dak Prescott here. So, and then, you know, CBS Sports, they tweeted out the torch has been passed, you know, saying that some MVP is some glorious big time award. It's Nickelodeon's cash cow right now. And NFL may be kind of partnering with them. Oh, legalize betting. Oh, let's get, you know, the kids involved with football so they can bet. Yeah. Okay. If you want to go that deep with it. Okay. But CBS Sports saying the torch has been passed and showing Mitch Trubisky hand off the MVP to Dak Prescott. This is the most alarming thing. I can forgive the playoff loss. I can forgive Mike McCarthy being real big time bad, but I can't forgive an MVP being on a Cowboys team for a Cowboys player. This is bad. This is bad, folks. This is embarrassing. So, Dak Prescott, the new MVP. Yikes. And I also kind of like who's voting on this, because every time I'm on Twitter, everyone's like, oh, let's all vote for like a loser, one of the losing players for the MVP. So I doubt the kids are voting for the losing team to be the MVP. I think Deebo Samuel had I think they showed 7% of the vote. Like, he should have been the MVP if that's supposed to be a good award. But it seems like the trolls have gotten a hold of the voting here for the MVP and are just voting on the losing quarterbacks, which is a pretty funny tradition. I can't lie, but it's just unfortunate. It got kind of infiltrated a little bit. It's still funny, and I like it regardless. But Dak Prescott, the MVP. So the Cowboys lose the game 23-17.